Hey guys, what's up, and welcome back to the Black Revolution Podcast. I am your host and Commander in Chief, Steve. And today, brothers and sisters, I told you I'm going to keep coming back, right? So, today, brothers and sisters, we are continuing with our theme, with our subject that everyone is looking at now and want answers to, and that is our dearly departed brother, Nolan Wells. And so today, I decided because, in case a lot of people on YouTube didn't get this information, I'm going to put it up. It's all over TikTok, it's all over IG, but I said I'm going to put it up here on my channel as well so people will have an option. If you don't know, there is the 911 phone call from Nolan's boat. No, I'm sorry, we can't say Nolan's boat because at this time he's not supposed to be on the boat. So, from the boat of the friends that Nolan went out with when they were supposedly having problems with the pump that pumps water out of the boat, and then they have to call somebody to come pick them up or help them out, the Coast Guard 911. Okay, so somebody or some people with an excellent ear was able to hear the beginning of the call before the operator actually gets to speaking, and it sounds like they're saying, "Nolan, Nolan, oh my God!" And somebody says, "Wyatt, check his chest. Is he breathing? Oh my God!" So I'm gonna play that, and it's from a woman on TikTok. Let me see if I can get her really quick. Her page, TikTok detective. Yeah, she's the TikTok detective. Listen to the 911 call. We're going to listen to the 911 call in real time. I'm going to let you hear most of the video, and then I'll get back with some analysis. Here we go. Again. On the 111 mark, you can hear in the background someone saying, "No, no, wake up. Wyatt, check his chest." So I ran this through my editing program. And listen, I am not a pro at audio by all means, but I did try to enhance the background so we can hear more of what was said. I'm going to feature just the parts where you can hear people talking in the background. I want to be very clear. This is my interpretation of the enhanced audio in the background. It is not a confirmed transcript, so please take this with a grain of salt. All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir? Can you give me a description? Hello? Do you need the United States Coast Guard? No, we do not need that. All right. All right, do you have your current GPS coordinates? Let me go look. Try that. All right. I know we have a membership, like, guaranteed. All right. Do you have a membership number? How many adults, sir? That was the question. Hey, four. All right. How many people, sir? Like 7. All right. Thank you. Does everyone have life jackets on or available to them? Yes, we have life jackets available. Did you notice that he said 7 people were on the boat, and then they counted and it was just 6? Now, another thing I noticed in the full audio, when the dispatcher called the captain of the Coast Guard, the captain said, "I just talked to his grandpa, and he said he doesn't need a tow." It sounds like a bunch of kids on board on Horn Island, and he's saying the boat is sinking.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I just actually got off the phone with his grandpa, who I'm guessing is the owner of the boat. And he said that Jerry, yeah. He said, okay. I just hung up with him. He said that they don't need any help right now, but if something changes, they'll call me back. So I'm guessing that they may have figured it out, because that's what he said. So they're in a panic and their boat won't crank.
Yeah, they're in a panic.
My question is, why is the grandfather saying, no, they're fine. They don't need a tow? And it gets even more confusing because on the Officer Tatum show, Warren was one of the kids on the boat. He was saying that the last time he saw Nolan was 3 o'clock. But then he talks about how when they were leaving at 4:30 and the boat was having issues, they said, "Nolan, get the F on here." And he's like, "No, I'm going to stay back." So he would have saw him at 4:30 instead of 3 o'clock, right?
The last time I saw Nolan was 3 o'clock, and Nolan was cradling a girl in his arms, Katie. But when we were leaving, Nolan was sitting by the boat with that Katie girl, and my buddy yelled for Nolan. Nolan, get on the boat. We're leaving. The boat's having issues, and no, he didn't say that, but he was panicking. Nolan, get the F on the boat. Get on the boat. And Nolan said, no, I'm staying out here. I'm going to ride it with somebody else. And it's not uncommon to hear, but it's not like my buddy asked him one time. My buddy asked Nolan multiple times to get on the boat. Nolan, get on the boat. Get on the boat. We're leaving. If you're coming, you got to come now. And Nolan made a decision to stay out on the island.
So what is it? Is the last time you saw him at 3 o'clock with the girl, or 4:30 when you guys left Nolan and he supposedly said, I'm good, I'm staying here? What is it? This case is literally hurting my brain because nothing
Okay, so there you have it, brothers and sisters, right?
makes sense.
So we have
okay, so Quan is saying,
we have some inconsistencies, right? Being that the Officer Tatum interview has come out. And like I said, a lot of people don't like Officer Tatum, but I've always said you can learn a lot from that interview. Correct. The guy said that, they were supposed to have been leaving there at 4:30. How could it be that you saw Nolan last at 3 o'clock and you left at 4:30 and you said, come on, Nolan, get on the boat. Come on, man, get on the boat, get on the boat. Last time you saw him at 3 o'clock. You couldn't have saw him last at 3 o'clock if you left at 4:30. And you guys were still saying multiple times, get on the boat, get on the boat. So, now back to this mysterious call to the 911 to get help. You hear it clear as day in the audio. Nolan, oh my God, check his chest. Huh? Wyatt, check his chest. It could be AI, but I doubt it. I really, really doubt it. And then you hear when the guy's on the phone with the telephone operator, and then she says, look, do you guys need a Coast Guard? Now, this is authentic audio, right? He says, no, we don't need that. God knows we don't need that. That's what it sounds like he's saying to me. No, we don't need that. Why wouldn't you need a Coast Guard if you're sinking and you're about to, first time? And then he says on the audio, she asks him, well, how much water is in the boat? Is it coming up? What's going on? Oh, well, no, I don't know. What do you mean? When you first call, you say you're sinking. We're taking on water. So how come you can't discern how much water is in the boat? Right? You don't know. But then the other guy, Officer Tatum, the Hudson, his last name's Hudson, when he interviewed him, Hudson was able to say, I went to the back and I saw water was coming up to the batteries. It was almost coming up to the motor. I knew we were in trouble. But the guy who's on the phone, he says, I don't know. We're sinking. I don't know. And then the next operator that speaks to the first operator, the man voice, he says, yeah, I just got off the phone with grandfather. He says they don't need any help right now immediately. So I guess they took care of everything on the boat. Now add that up with the GPS coordinates. And the GPS coordinates says that after the boat was called in, that they were sinking, and after they got it together, whatever the hell happened, they went to two places. They went to the one place 2 times. They circled around. The phone, whatever tracking device was on that boat, that was confirmed. So you guys weren't sinking too much to the point where the boat was not functional, right? And going down into the water, you were still able to make moves. They have the coordinates. That adds to me understanding and believing that the 911 call where they said, Wyatt, check his chest. Oh my God, no. That's what they called Nolan Wells for short. No. Is he breathing? Wyatt, check his chest. Oh my God. Calls in, how many people on the boat? 7 of us. Then somebody says, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because at that time, they don't want to associate themselves with Nolan and his remains. That's what it looks like to me. I'm not sure. I'm not going to run off at the mouth and be like this is written in stone. I'm just doing my job by passing on information, because it's going to take all of us to settle this thing, to crack this thing, because Mississippi is tight-knit and tight-lipped. They're not going to give it anyone because they're all family, right? So this is where we're at with our beloved brother Nolan Wells. If this call from this woman is authentic, if the call, and she's not the only one that has the call up, a lot of people have it up. If this is authentic, man, those guys are in trouble. They're in trouble. Because once again, like I said, after the boat was either fixed or they got the situation settled, they went to one place. I forgot the name of it, but they went to this island 2 times. The GPS coordinates tracked it. The mother confirmed it. Okay? So somebody's lying somewhere. Yeah. And remember, Mr. Hudson in the Officer Tatum video, he says that we told Nolan multiple times to get on the boat. Come on, Nolan, get on the boat. I last saw him at 3 o'clock. Last time he saw Nolan. But you were trying to get Nolan to get on the boat that you were on, and you claim, or the GPS coordinate says you left at 4:30. These kids are holding back something. They're lying. They're trying to cover up something. And my best guess is that it probably wasn't racially motivated. It probably wasn't a fight. More than likely, it was some type of substances that were consumed, and I think they were all involved with consuming those substances. And I think Nolan probably got the worst end of it. And to cover up the fact that they were indulging in this type of stuff, they did not report the overdose that Nolan could have taken. And to keep themselves and whoever they got these substances from safe, they probably decided to come up with this story and stash Nolan's remains on Horn Island. That's the only thing I can think of at this moment in time. If this telephone call and the voices that you hear on that call are authentic and it's not someone playing a game, that pretty much cooks their goose. Pretty much. So I'll play it one more time to let you guys hear it. And again, if you go to TikTok, her name is TikTok Detective. And this is her right here. Let me see. Okay. That's her right there, TikTok Detective. And she brought this to light. So let's do it.
Listen to the 911 call again. On the 111 mark, you can hear in the background someone saying, "No, wake up, Wyatt, check his chest." So I ran this through my editing program. And listen, I am not a pro at audio by all means, but I did try to enhance the background so we can hear more of what was said. I'm going to feature just the parts where you can hear people talking in the background. I want to be very clear. This is my interpretation of the enhanced audio in the background. It is not a confirmed transcript, so please take this with a grain of salt.
All right, of course. How far is the word coming up, sir? Can you give me a description? Hello? Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
No, we do not need that.
All right. All right. Do you have your current GPS coordinates?
Let me go look. Try that.
All right.
I know we have a membership, like, guaranteed.
All right. Unless you have a membership number. How many adults, sir? That was the question.
Hey, Florida.
All right. How many people, sir?
Like 7.
All right. Thank you. Does everyone have life jackets on or available to them?
Yes, we have life jackets available.
Did you notice that he said 7 people were on the boat and then they counted and it was just 6? Now, another thing I noticed in the full audio, when the dispatcher called the captain of the Coast Guard, the captain said, "I just talked to his grandpa and he said he doesn't need a tow."
It sounds like a bunch of kids on board on Horn Island, and he's saying the boat is sinking.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I just actually got off the phone with his grandpa, who I'm guessing is the owner of the boat. And
Is it
he
Jerry?
said that Jerry. Yeah, he said,
Okay.
I just hung up with him. He said that they don't need any help right now, but if something changes, they'll call me back. So I'm guessing that they may have figured.
Dude, people here at the Black Revolution podcast, when you watch this, if this recording is legitimate, case is solved. Only thing they have to do now is make arrests and get confirmation of what really happened to Nolan. Are these people really working together in Mississippi? From the regular common people up to the highest echelon? Because the autopsy, I believe they said they kept the contents of the stomach. They kept the stomach, they kept the lungs, they kept the throat. All of these organs would have been able to allow Dr. Roger Mitchell in Washington to discern if Nolan had drugs or alcohol in his system, right? So they're very tight-lipped, Mississippi. The coroner's not giving any information about his findings in the initial autopsy that he did. Could they be fixing things up in the background? I don't know. We also understood from the Officer Tatum interview that some 60 kids or people did get interviewed, did get questioned on about Horn Island, what they saw. We don't know what the results of those questionings were. Hopefully, when we reach a grand jury, all of this stuff will come out. But right now, immediately, brothers and sisters, what's looking like is happening to me is that if that audio is authentic, it's starting to crumble. Now, I also saw an interview that Officer Tatum did with another guy. This one is like a mulatto, black and white guy. He said he feels bad because people are accusing him. Nolan was his best friend, but yet Nolan's mother said, I don't know him. Not only did she say she didn't know him, she doesn't even know the Hudson character. She said she's never met him. She don't know them. So how much best friends could you be? My best friend growing up used to live right next door to me. My mother knew him. His mother knew me. We went back and forth to each other's houses. We hung out, spent the night, played video games, went to school together, everything together. So what kind of best friends are these? Don't know. But one thing's for certain, two things for sure, is getting ready to crack. The case is going to crack. And I hope that Crump and the rest of these guys have this audio and they have submitted it to the proper people who are able to dissect that audio, technicians, people that know how to deal with technology and see if there's been anything added or is it authentic, because that could be the pivot of this whole case. It depends on which way this thing goes in terms of us finding out what truly happened to Nolan Wells. So with that, brothers and sisters, I'm going to get out of here. This is just a short one today, just to put this information up on YouTube. I'm sure it's up already, but for the people that's on my platform, I'll put it up there so you guys can get a taste of it. Don't forget, if you have not subscribed to the channel, support your brother Steve. Hit the subscribe button right now. Hit the like button. Like the videos, because we're going to be doing a lot of good work here. This is the Black Revolution podcast, right? And that's what we're going to be dealing with. Black Revolution, where revolution must first take place in the mind. We got to love each other, not hate each other. This is your brother Steve. Until the next time, I bid you peace. Peace and love.